Hi, this is Joe Satriani bringing you 5 tips from Surfing with the Alien. And this is for Guitar World, of course. Here we go. The first tip is the opening break in Surfing with the Alien. It's a solo in C-sharp Phrygian, and it starts with a pick hammer-on way up the top of the neck. Goes something like this. Here it is again. This time we've slipped a little napkin between the frets and the strings here to keep the noise level down. Obviously, on the record, there's a band playing behind it, so you don't really notice the noise generated by the technique on the guitar. But since we're doing it sort of a cappella, we've decided to put this in here to keep things quiet so you can hear the technique a little bit closer. Here it is fast first. And here it is slow. The second tip is the opening rhythm guitar phrases for the song Ice 9. It's in C-sharp Dorian, and it's got a lot to do with these little power chords where you're doing a lot of muting and not muting and sort of trying to get a good balance out of it. It goes something like this. Here it is slow. Tip number 3 is the main riff intro in the song Crushing Day. And this one, again, like Ice 9, it's a 2-note power chord, and we're working with C and D. And once again, you want to work with a lot of distortion. You're working with muting and non-muting and accenting with your right hand to bring out some of the unusual overtones of the strings. Go something like this. And I'll do it slow. Next up is the 2-handed break in the song Satch Boogie. It's all done on the A string. It goes something like this. Overall, this technique involves tapping and pulling off all on the A string, using your both hands. And I'm actually taking a series of notes. I'm playing them in time, and then the second time, I play them out of time. I sort of compress them in to take advantage of this accent that's going like this. And so it may seem kind of wrong in a way, but actually it's the end musical result you should be focusing on, not each little phrase. It's going to sound a little strange doing it slow, so what I'll do is I'll just break down the first phrase and show you what happens when I repeat it alternately in tune, in time, and then out of time. And so I'm doing that in time, and then out of time. When I come up here, by the way, I'm starting with an A with a flatted fifth, then I go up to an A diminished. The next chord is open to interpretation. You could say it's a D minor with an added fourth over A. And then I do an A sus4. This is all on top of an A bass, but I'm doing A sus4 B flat, B, C, B, B flat, and it's like, again, slow. It's funny, isn't it? I'll repeat the first part again. And this is where I deviate, and I'm doing an A major 13. Doing the D minor 7 with an added fourth over A. Do a D minor 6. And then an E with a flatted 9, again over A. And then the ending phrases, an A7 sus4 to an A major 7. Those are the two main chords. For the third time through, I add some other notes for each chord that are part of the scale. For the A sus4, it's A mixolydian, and for the A major 7th, it's A Lydian. So for the first chord, that's the live version. Two phrases that end the piece stay in A mixolydian. The next tip is about the song Midnight, which is all two-hand tapping, and I'm going to play the first phrase for you at the proper speed, and then we'll break it down and go over the little bits. So first up is the B minor chord. The next chord is really, the way I look at it, it's a G major chord based on G Lydian mode. Some people may see it as E minor 6th. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I'll play it again for you. When I add those two upper partials, again, if I'm thinking of it as a G chord, I'm adding the major 7th and the 9th, and that just adds a little upper harmonic information before I go to the next two chords, which are B minor and E minor. And the final chord is the F sharp dominant chord, but I put on a suspension of a 4th and a minor 6th to start. And then I resolve it. And then it repeats again.